what's up? This is Udulena from Udulena Digital, and today I'm reviewing this book, The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Udulena, and today I'm reviewing one of my favorite books by Grant Cardone called The 10X Rule. If you haven't watched my video about Grant Cardone's university, check it out. I'll post the link above. Who is Grant Cardone? Grant Cardone is a sales expert, he's a YouTube personality, he is actually a full social media personality. If you check any of his channels, you'll find a lot of very interesting things. We all set up very low goals. So with Grant Cardone, the 10X means that whenever you set up a goal, multiply it by 10 and see what are the actions you'd like to take. Let's say you want to earn another $1,000 per month. Why not making it 10,000, or why not making it 1 million, and see what are the steps you would like to take in order to aim higher. And because you aim higher, you end up actually achieving much more than your initial target was. You might not hit the 10x target yet, but you will operate at a different level. Low goals tend to get people demotivated. You are not as excited as you would be if you are aiming for something much higher. If you think that you can achieve this goal in 1 year, put 10 years ahead, which is quite good. It's quite realistic that you have to consider that if you think something will cost you money, put it 10 times more than it will cost you. If you think it will cost you a certain amount of time, 10x the time. Because we overestimate how much we can achieve in 1 year, but we underestimate how much we can achieve in 10 years. So kind of thinking about the long-term results of your efforts as well. Your success is your obligation. So success is not some kind of an option whether you would like to be successful, you'd like to be like everybody else. No, it's an absolute obligation, because by nature you are born as someone who has tremendous amount of potential, and majority of the people never reach their true potential because they don't pursue it. They think it's too far away, it's very difficult for them to achieve it, and they end up frustrated and unhappy with their lives just because they've never even tried reaching what they're capable of. And we actually massively underestimate what we are capable of. So there are 4 levels of action when it comes to success. So there is no action, where it's pretty difficult to stay on that level, no action. Then you have reverse action, so retreating. So let's say you've tried something and you retreated back and you never tried again. So one example for me is I tried taking a driving license, I failed miserably on my exam, and I never took over, and I never continued. So this is retreating. Then you have the average amount of action, which you see most of the time, and this is actually where Grant Cardone thinks that we are in a dangerous place, not only in America but globally, that most of the people, the average people, take average amount of action, and he says even average is epidemic. And yeah, if you look around, it's true, like people don't push themselves too much and then expect a lot in return, which leads to kind of like very high expectations and very low level of energy, low level of action, which essentially leads to disappointment. Actually, this is where you see most of the people not taking enough. Like you see people going to the gym but still being fat. You see people working very hard but just getting by or not earning what they're supposed to be earning and getting depressed. It's about the massive amount of action, what separates people who work according to the 10x rule. So when you put massive amount of action, you separate yourself from the crowded average space. So it's a very good argument, and let this sink in. The average level of operation is very crowded. This is where the competition is. Everybody wants to put a little bit of effort, average amount of effort, and get maximum amount of return. But when if you put massive amount of action, you are completely on a different level. You don't even compete with these guys. You're operating in a level of your own where you don't have even these limitations of oh, did I work enough today? Did I not work? It's kind of an obsession. And this is where actually he says that obsession is a gift. Grant was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder and so many other disorders, which probably half of the population in the world has. I don't believe that these are real diseases. But obsession can be a gift. If you're obsessed with something you really, really love and you spend all your time on it, you spend time after you work, you spend time on your weekends, it's a magnificent obsession. It's not something that you are forcing yourself to do. It's something that makes you energized, makes you feel good. So obsession is a good sign. It's a gift. Another sign that you're operating at the maximum, massive amount of action is having new problems. So if after 1 year you think, let's say, think about yourself last year at this time. If you had exactly the same problems like you do now, this means that you haven't grown. Nothing has changed for you. I remember last year at this time I had different problems than now. I couldn't even think of the problems that I would have at this time of the year. And this means that actually that I've attacked something and I've coped with something, so now I am searching for solutions for other problems. And this is how it is. The moment you attack a problem, a new problem comes on the horizon, and you should not be scared of that. There are two more signs of 10x operation, of massive amount of action, which are very, very relevant to people creating content online. So criticism is a sign of success. So whenever someone criticizes you, this means that you have done something right. This is a very strange thing to do, but when you think about it, it's true. My last video, which was about the Brexit and its effect on digital advertising, got only hate. Until now on my channel I had only had positive comments and nice people liking my videos, but last video got tremendous amount of views and also only negative, like really negative comments and kind of people criticizing me all over. And I don't care. For me this means I was successful because I got enough people to see me, to see what I'm talking about. If they disagree, that's their right. It's a free level of speech. It means that probably I said something interesting enough to get them excited and to get them into action to comment. So if you want to comment something negative, feel free. I won't get offended. It's a sign of my success. And then omnipresence. A lot of people are very scared of omnipresence. They try to stay under the radar, not posting too much on social media, but at the same time spending all their time just watching what the others are doing on social media. So they prefer to be observers but not creators. So omnipresence is nothing to be scared about, because actually we live in such a world that there is so much information everywhere that people forget. I see that over and over at work, at Google, some people working on really, really cool stuff, but they are way too shy to actually talk about their project, or they talk about it only once and then they are afraid that they're over communicating, that they're boasting, that they are talking too much about their success. But the reason is that most of the people don't even remember. You shouldn't be afraid of being omnipresent, and you shouldn't be afraid of over communicating, especially if you're doing something great. This is all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like this video if you like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Comment, share it, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. 10x.